Okay, guys, Ramen Away's back. Special pre-Thanksgiving Day edition. It's the day before Thanksgiving. My boss actually kicked me out of the office a couple hours early and said, "Get the hell out of here." And I said, "Okay." So I came home and I was just bumping around the house, and I thought, "Oh, has Ramen put out anything new?" Of course not. But I found this beauty in the archives, and he makes a total ass out of himself. Let's go.
Was going to be a normal day at biology class, and when I walked in, all the desks were arranged in a circle in the middle of the room. And the instructor, who had always been a really amazing, loving, kind instructor, was super militant, super scary, and just looked at us and said, "Sit down, shut up. You are not allowed to move, to speak at all, and anyone who does will immediately fail my class."
Notice how it says the bystander effect. Now, Ramen saw this video on one of his Papa Flurfs, one of the dumbass shitheads that he thinks are not lying to him. And he was too fucking lazy to look up what the bystander effect was. But we're going to do that later. Let's continue.
And we were all stunned. I get like, just thinking about it, because I was a straight A student and grades were really important to me, and I was just like terrified. So we're all sitting there silently, nervous out of our minds, and in the middle of this circle that we were all sitting in, there was one desk, and on this desk was a bowl with a goldfish in it. And he looked at us, and he took the goldfish, and he put it on the desk, and he walked out, and he shut the door. And we all just looked at each other, just like, what do we do? Like, obviously it violated, like, everything inside of me to, like, watch this fish die.
Yeah.
And also, I heard the instruction. If you speak, if you get up, if you move, you will automatically fail the class. And so we all sat there looking to each other to do something because we didn't want it to be us. And what was a very painful, it felt like an eternity, it was probably like 2.5 minutes later.
Probably less.
Hannah B got up and said, "Fuck this," and took the goldfish and put it back in the bowl. And when she did that, he came out and he looked at all of us and he said, "Look what the world has done to you. You've betrayed yourself. For what?" And I think about that lesson all the time because I learned in that moment
Lesson.
that I am never going to be that person ever again.
Now, I'm not crazy about this woman's makeup.
Nah. The fucking dumbass is commenting on her makeup. What the hell's wrong with her makeup? It's a little different. Beautiful young lady. Ramen, you would be all over it if she winked at you. You sexless moron.
But she makes an excellent point about how we betray ourselves in school.
It has nothing to do with being in school. This is the bystander effect, you jackass.
We are taught and programmed to instantaneously believe, memorize, and regurgitate everything we are told with no review of logic. The only effort extended is to believe, memorize, and regurgitate the best you can with no regard if you understand it or if you can verify it. So you betray yourself. It is not learning when you instantly.
It is. This was a lesson. This was an experiment. This was a psychological phenomenon on display, Ramen, you dumbass. And you turned this into some negative look on academia which is interesting since you don't have an academic bone in your body.
Believe something. It is programming. When you
No, it
realize
isn't.
that, you'll be far better off to yourself and to
Nah.
the world you live in. We shape the world mentally. The world is not curving. There is no way to measure any curvature.
There
We
is.
shape the world by the way we think. And the earth, whatever it is flat and stationary.
No, it isn't.
Believe that.
I don't.
what I thought was going to be.
Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, no, I don't believe any of that, Ramen. You're a moron. But this, like I said, is the bystander effect. This has to do with individuals are less likely to help someone in need if other people are present. And if you watch this whole video, by the way, he goes on to say, uh, if we click on this and go down to the comments, he goes down and says, full original video here. No, it wasn't. This was part of this video on I think Dearth, that fucking cowardly shithead David Weiss. It was part of one of his videos or something. You can find the original video on TikTok. And again, this was a lesson that they learned. Like nobody wanted to help, and then somebody got up and said, "This is not right." But they all learned a lesson that day. And she said it in the video. I'm never going to be that person again. We see this shit all the time, especially today when we're all walking around with cameras in our pockets. We see somebody in trouble and everybody starts filming it. And the comments are always like, why is nobody helping? This is part of the reason why. And there's reasons for that. Each person feels a little less responsible. And, people are afraid of looking kind of dumb if that person doesn't really need their help. Yeah, Ramen, you're a moron. You totally misunderstood what this video was all about. And it's not your fault. It was this fucker asshole, flat earth, sun and moon. Sounds like dearth to me. You should have saw the original video like I did. It took me a whole fucking 15 seconds to find it.